Hi everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Persona 5. So last time out we did a load more social link stuff and we finished off the part with having a little chat with Yusuke. But now in this part it's pretty much going to be all going into Futaba's palace. It's going to be the initial infiltration, or the start of the initial infiltration. And it's probably going to be about 4 or 5 parts before I get through this place, because it's quite long. Not that's a bad thing, but it's a... Futaba's Palace is very different from the previous ones that we've had in that the rest of them have been quite simple and straightforward to get through. Futaba's Palace has a few things that are necessary in order to get into it properly. So it starts off with a quite long intro area in order to get into it at all. But even before that, you have to go to this other place, this little town, to find a criminal there who's nicked something from Futaba's palace. And you have to kick his ass and get the thing back, take it back to Futaba, and she will to Futaba's shadow, and you can get into the palace, and you can start to head through the intro section of the palace. It's quite long, and it's also quite a unique palace, I think, in the fact that it's less about out-and-out battles and boss fights, and more about a lot of what's the word I'm looking for here? There's a lot of puzzles and a lot of puzzle solving that needs to be done in order to get through this section of the dungeon, to get through the palace. So we're going to try and go through the front door first. Let's head in. Now what that was me not playing Persona 5 for quite a little while. And me struggling to work out, okay, what's the button, what do the buttons do? So it always happens to me when I come back to record this fucking game. Anyway, so the door's sealed. So in order for us to enter the dungeon properly, we need to find a way to open up. We have to find a way to open up this door. So that's what we're going to be doing first. Ryuji, stop complaining. Yeah, you tell him, Makoto. One thing I will say, I feel like I say this a lot, but I'm going to say it again. The track here for Futaba's Palace is so fucking nice. I love this guitar riff, it's so good. Let's talk for a moment. Now that I've tried to kill you with a boulder, let's have a chat. So yes, there's a town nearby. So basically there's a bandit that stole an item from her. We have to get it, and she will give it to her, and she'll give us a reward and tell us how to proceed through to the next part of the dungeon. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. So finally we're going to be getting some battles going on again. So we've got to come back here once we've got this item that this bandit has stolen. Which is what I mean by, you know, it's quite a unique dungeon in that way. It's very linear. I mean, it depends on... I wandered about for a bit because I couldn't remember where I had to go. But there's the town in the distance. But as I was saying, yeah, it's quite unique. It's quite unique in that regard, and makes it, you know, a fun one to go through. It's also one of the more kind of weird to say with Kamoshida's palace, but it's one of the more depressing story elements of the game, and one of the more sad story sections.
Somewhere.
But anyway, so what we've got to do here is we've just got to go around, keep finding guys until we get to the bandit in question. So this is Sandman. I've always liked Sandman's design. It's kind of cool. So okay, because we've got Hifumi Togo's battle, we can change mid game. So if we want to, we can bring out Ryuji because he's got electrical attacks, but I've got electrical attacks on my own. So let's just use. What am I thinking of doing here? Yeah, this is. I don't know what I was doing here. I was like, just use the Younger, finish him off. Yeah, but I've always liked Sandman's design. It's kind of cool. But yeah, and we're done. Nice and easy. So weak to electricity.
All right.
Good work. Keep it up.
And we get a decent amount of XP from it, experience points as well. Right. Yeah, at this point I'm just like, fuck it. Get to him, get to him, get to him. There you go. Kill him. And this is Anzu. Once again, once again, kind of a cool design. The kind of, I think it's supposed to be like hawk and lion combo, which kind of, it's kind of a cool looking design.
That's all it takes for
But
me.
he goes down to guns and he goes down to nuclear attacks, so Makoto can finish him off fairly quickly. So yeah, I think if I remember correctly, if you want to get through this area as quickly as possible, you go through. You just go to the middle of town. There, that big kind of square area, and that's where you'll find your bandit. Yeah, oh, we run into him here anyway. Yeah, there we go. And there's the bandit who nicked Futaba's stuff. So yeah, we've got to kick this guy's ass. And his design is kind of a cool design, I guess. I don't mind the design. That's something I've always liked about the Persona games. The designs of the monsters and the creatures that you fight are pretty unique. So, and I kind of like that. So yeah, we're missing him at the moment. Where is he? You got to find him again. And you basically just got to keep bumping into him and kind of force him to go into the square in the center of town again. Once you've got him into the square in the center of town, then you can get the boss fight going. For this and for the final one, so you meet him a couple of times, and then for the final one you want to go all the way around. So yeah, because he's there. So what we want to do is we want to go all the way back around, and it will force him into the, like here, and then it forces him to go into the square, and then you can follow him in, and finally time for the boss fight. So let's get going. It's our first little mini boss fight. There aren't too many of these from what I remember in this dungeon, in this palace. Like I said, I think it's mainly like it's like problem solving. It's like I keep forgetting the word. It's puzzle solving. It's a puzzle solving dungeon mainly. This guy's design's pretty good. It's a nice Egyptian style design. Fits the world quite well. Well, that didn't do shit. So this is the Raging Bird God. And as you can probably tell, I can't remember this guy's weakness, so I'm just going to hit him with shit, see what happens. Oh, frozen him, that's useful. Let's try fire. Nope. Let's try... What should we try? I think I try Psy, do I? Yeah. Not weak to Psy? Fuck. I'm going through him. He's probably not weak to... I think... Well, it did a decent amount of damage. Inflicted with dizziness, that's nice. Technical damage. Yeah, when you hit an enemy after they're dizzy, you get technical damage, which increases the damage done. Yeah, in the end. Makoto got us the easy win there, but I'm trying to remember. I think because he uses the wind element, he's probably weak to electricity. That's usually how it works. But I'm not 100% sure. Archangel has learned Rebellion. And Captain Kid has learned Zionga. That's pretty useful. It's the next stage up from Zio, so we'll replace that. And there we go. Oh, he learns Bufula, which is the next one up from Bufu. So Yusuke is getting even stronger. So we've got the stolen papyrus. It's a little parchment. So now we've got to head back to Futaba. Sorry. Now we've got to head back to Futaba's shadow, and we'll tell her, and she'll let us know where we need to go to get into her palace. So let's get going. Time for us to leave. Now you can, if you want. So at this point, you have the option here to just head straight back, or you can do some more grinding if you want. There's no real point because you'll be doing a fair few battles in Futaba's palace, so we can just ignore it and get on. Move on to the next section. So let's talk to her. Let's see what she has to say. Time to move. I did do some tooling up before before entering the palace. I did do some persona fusions to get some new personas for us to use. It's where I got the Archangel from. But yeah, not particularly useful at this point. But yeah. I always like doing that just before I enter a dungeon to get, you know, a new batch of really strong personas. But anyway, we've got the map for this area now, so that's useful.
What?
So what's gonna happen? Oh shit. Yeah, and I think in this one you kind of get jerked around a fair bit in comparison to other palaces. It's like, oh shit, get out, get out, get out. Goddamn quicksand. And we somehow managed to get out. We're safe. Because it's kind of like, you know, it's interesting. It kind of plays into the whole thing with her, with Futaba's story. The fact that her shadow kind of goes from helping you out to kind of luring you into traps and trying to kill you. It's kind of like she has a split personality. Like, you know, she keeps like sweet and light most of the time, and then just tries to kill you every once in a while. Which kind of plays into her story, the story of her. You know, plays into Futaba's story pretty damn well. So yeah. But I'll say that something like this kind of a dungeon based on like a pyramid is kind of unique. It's kind of good for the Phantom Thieves, really. These are Nagas. They're weak to wind. Again, these are kind of cool designs. Although I kind of because of the shield and the spear, I kind of associate them more with kind of like Greek mythology rather than or just with, yeah, I didn't need to change shit. I kind of associate those kinds of styles of shields and spears with ancient Greece rather than ancient Egypt. But still, it's kind of they're nice. I like their design. It's pretty cool. And he's dead. And we've got some good Archangels up to level 19. Morgana and Arn have leveled up, and we've got Makuha. Light bless damage to all foes. Which is something different actually from previous personas. Yeah, get rid of Bufu, we got Yusuke for that. In that, the other games, light and dark attacks were either instant kill or no damage. And in here they now have like dark and light attacks. Which... oh, there we go. They have light and dark attacks which just cause damage, which aren't instant kill. So you can actually use light and dark attacks on enemies, even if they're, when they're not weak to it. It will still won't cause a lot of damage, but it will still cause some damage rather than being a complete waste of a fucking turn. So yeah, this first area is just basically you're just trying to find a route up. So as long as you keep going up, then you're fine. You're just trying to make your way kind of out of the hole that we've been chucked into. So it's just all about keep trying to find a way to go up. Yeah. I do get stuck on ledges behind cover sometimes with this game.
I have something.
So yeah, we can't go that way. I think we'd have to go. Yeah, we can go down here, across, and then back up. Nope, treasure chest. Fuck. Let's open that up. And we got a sword. I think that's a weapon for... I think it's Yusuke's weapon. It's a weapon for Yusuke, but we've already got one of his strongest weapons in the game, so we don't really need to use that. Oops. Revival bead, that's useful. Let's keep going. Like I say, it's kind of linear, this dungeon, so I don't really mind it too much. Black rock, I don't remember what it does, but it is an accessory. I just can't remember what it does. Yeah, that's already broken. I was kind of confused for a minute there as to what that was. Yeah, I kind of get a little bit stuck from time to time. It's just trying to work out, okay, which direction do I have to go to keep heading up, because it's not hard to work out which, because you have to, there's only one way you can go, you can only go up. Thank God. There we go. Oh, I love this music so much. It's so good. Come here, my little friend.
I'll reveal your true form.
Let me kick your ass. There you go. Time to die. We've got a crawl space, so let's head through here. I think there's a treasure chest over here. Yeah, I can see it.
What do you want to do, Joker?
That's to head down to the next level. We don't need to do that. We just need this treasure chest. Gale Cape, that's another accessory. I think that makes you... I think that improves resistance to wind attacks, from what I remember. But anyway, we're done. And that's going to be it for this part of Persona 5. Join me next time, when we'll be continuing to exit from this hole that we've managed to fall down. And we'll be continuing... our initial infiltration of Futaba's palace. So join me next time for the next part of Persona 5. See you next time.